The typical symptoms of the heart attack that can occur in both women and men include chest tightness, pressure, or squeezing that occurs in the middle of the chest and can radiate to the neck, the shoulder, either shoulder, or the arm. There are several atypical symptoms of a heart attack that occur more often in women than they do in men. These atypical symptoms can include any unusual pain in the upper part of the body. These symptoms can include pain that occurs in the neck, the jaw, either shoulder, the upper back, or even the upper part of the stomach. Other atypical symptoms of a heart attack include cold sweats, unusual dizziness or lightheadedness, feeling short of breath, or even unusual fatigue. Women should call 911 as soon as they feel any of these symptoms because every second counts. The longer a woman waits after her onset of her symptoms, the more damage that can occur to the heart. The purpose of the Office on Women's Health campaign, Make the Call, Don't Miss a Beat, is to educate, engage, and empower women to know the symptoms of a heart attack and to overcome the hesitancy in calling 911. The purpose is also for bystanders to know the symptoms so that they can help their sisters, their aunts, their best friends. We can help women to increase their survival rates from heart attacks by encouraging women to know all of the signs and symptoms. Also, it is imperative that women call 911 first if they're having any of these symptoms. Don't fix your hair. Don't worry about how your house looks. Call 911 immediately if you have any of these symptoms. African American women have higher rates of heart disease and also are much more likely to have the risk factors that can cause heart disease. Risk factors are any conditions or habits that increase the risk of having a heart attack. African American women are also much more likely to have poorer outcomes if they do have a heart attack. The Association of Black Cardiologists is very proud to support the Office on Women's Health campaign, Make the Call, Don't Miss a Beat, because we believe that it's very important to educate and empower women to know the symptoms of having a heart attack and also encourage them to call 911. I think this campaign is very important because I have met many super women in my practice, individual super women who take care of everyone. I've met many women who have a full-time career in addition to being the primary caretakers for their parents and raising their children. And women typically make sure that everyone's health is pristine, but always put themselves last. And so I think that this campaign is extremely important because I want to have women to empower themselves to take charge of their heart.
I had a heart attack at 56 years old. I was in great health at the time. I exercised regularly. I watched my diet. I had no pre-existing heart conditions whatsoever. I experienced several heart attack symptoms that came quickly. I felt dizzy, I felt nauseous, I was lightheaded, fatigue set in. These all intensified, and they were unusual in the degree that they came over my body. It was a very profound feeling that all of a sudden enveloped my body. We were at the restaurant. The symptoms came over me, and they were increasingly getting stronger and stronger. I asked my friend, I said, please, order me a salad, order me a diet soda. I need to walk outside and get some fresh air, thinking that things would pass. I came back to the table. The fatigue set in where my head just dropped, my arms, I could not move, and I knew then something was wrong. Fortunately, my friend had called 911. I arrived at the hospital from the restaurant, and they took my health history, which had no history of heart disease, no history of any medical complications. They did some initial testing on me and determined that I was having an anxiety attack, and after a couple hours sent me on my way home. I returned home to Washington, D.C., saw my own general doctor. He referred me to a cardiologist that I went to see within a matter of 3 days. At that time, I felt I did need to see the cardiologist, and I felt good about going to the cardiologist. I knew I had something going on with my heart. When I arrived at the cardiologist's office that morning, I started to experience the same symptoms I had previously. I was feeling dizzy, I was starting to feel nauseous, I was starting to break out into cold sweats, I was starting to feel fatigued. It was the same symptoms. The cardiologist did some testing of me in the office and determined that I needed to go to the hospital right away, called 911 to transport me there immediately. My advice to women that are experiencing symptoms of a heart attack are to pay close attention to those symptoms. Are they unusual? Are they intensified? Pay close attention to the symptoms, know what the symptoms are, and call 911 immediately. As a heart attack survivor, the Make the Call, Don't Miss a Beat campaign is very important to me, to educate women about the symptoms of having a heart attack, the intensity of the symptoms, and to call 911 immediately. Women Heart, the National Coalition for Women with Heart Disease, is supporting the Make the Call, Don't Miss a Beat campaign throughout the country to help educate women on the importance of knowing what the symptoms of a heart attack are and to make that call to 911 immediately. For more information on Make the Call, Don't Miss a Beat, please visit womenshealth.gov/heartattack. It may save your life.